In 2020, after the peak, after the coronavirus, the government that you love very much locked you. They put you on a lockdown and threw the key away. They have no solution to get you out of that lockdown. They are not thinking how to save you and liberate you. For the second time, it was the Nigerian who came to your rescue. This Nigerian found a solution. This Onyema right here. This man found a solution to get you out of lockdown. For the second time, you were liberated. After liberation, rotten things keep on coming out of your mouth. You are not grateful. You have no appreciation. You are an ingrate, a very dirty thing. That is what you are. Nigerians are always trying to look for solution to get you, not only them, to get you out of a problem every single time. But still, you are not grateful. You are not seeing the positive things that Nigerians are doing. Only the negative things, even you are telling lies. You are exaggerating even little things. You catch a Nigerian with 1 gram of a drug, you put him on newspaper, you put him on TV. What is that, my friend? So you cannot see the drug lord. Come, let me show you a few things that Nigerians have been doing. Nigerians have done a lot for this Africa. In 1970, Nigeria was the only African country that had the purchasing power to build anything big, any structural thing in this Africa. It was only Nigeria. In 1976, look at what Nigeria did. Nigeria set up a trust fund for what? Organization of African Unity. The Organization of African Unity. And Nigeria was one of the founding members of this Organization of African Unity. And today they call it the AU. But this Nigeria was the only country that brought out money to ensure that Africa would unite. The only country that brought out money for African unity. All you were sitting down there like fools. You have no money. You have no power. You have nothing. All you have is rotten mouth after eating rotten meat. Look at in 2005, Nigeria gave what? That in Zimbabwe, each person in Zimbabwe, Nigeria gave them 1,000 hectares of land. For what? For agriculture. Nigeria gave them 1,000 hectares, my friend. Do you know what hectare is? You don't know anything. You don't go to school. 1,000 hectares to Zimbabwe. And this Zimbabwe are your neighbors. This Zimbabwe was put in sanction. You have not said anything to get your brother out of sanction. You keep quiet. And you are even killing them. And you are even sodomizing them. You are even dishonoring them. You are demonizing those people. My friend, where is your voice? When you were in shackles, Nigerians came out in the UN. Nigeria even refused to do business with all these people. Nigeria refused to participate in anything because they said your brother was in shackles. But you are free. You are not fighting for your own brother. You keep quiet. And then you are chasing them away. You are saying this and that. And you know your brothers are in what? Under sanction. You are there dishonoring your brother. You are demonizing them. They did what to you? On the 25th of April 1976, Nigeria gave $1.6 million to who? To Mozambique. Mozambique is very close to you. You don't know that your brothers are suffering. You keep quiet. You don't care about anybody. All you are doing, sit in your mama's basement and you are pointing fingers looking for blame. Who will raise your children for you? From 1976 to 1980, Nigeria gave $80 million to develop Africa. These funds were given to African countries. As soon as Nigeria got the oil boom, Nigeria economy began to spike. They made a lot of money. What did Nigerians think of? Their brothers, black brothers, Africa. They began to give money, $80 million that they could have used to develop their own country. They used to develop African countries, given it to their brothers. And look at what Nigeria did again in 1981. Nigeria replenished that money with how much? With $71 million to other African countries. Nigeria kept on supporting African countries. Look at what they gave to you, $61 billion. Liberia, $13 billion. And Sierra Leone, they kept giving millions and millions and millions of dollars to African brothers. What have you done for African countries? Who have you helped? Show me your neighbor. Your neighbors are suffering and you are there feeling like you are big. You are there feeling superior. You are not white. You are black. Let me remind you, you are black. Nigerians have stopped so many wars in this Africa. Without Nigeria, so many African countries could have been destroyed. Algeria and Morocco could have done to themselves. They could have gone to war. It was the Nigerians who mediated this war. They stopped this war from happening in Africa. Algerians and Moroccans could have killed each other and destroyed one another. Look at what the Nigerians are doing again in Ethiopia and Somalia. They could have killed themselves. But it was this Nigeria that stood in. Nigeria has been spending money in this Africa to stop wars from happening. If these wars had happened in Africa, you would have found so many refugees littered about Africa looking for shelter. And these people will turn to terrorists because the West will arm them with a gun to kill you. But Nigerians have stopped these from destabilizing this Africa. On the 28th of May, Nigeria formed what? ECOWAS. And this ECOWAS is for what? To unite the Western Africans. There is no country in the Western African country that had money to support anything about Africa. It was this Nigeria that formed this ECOWAS. And Nigeria who is funding this ECOWAS, giving money to all ECOWAS country. And Nigeria is even printing the Gambian currency. Their money in Gambia. It is this Nigeria anchoring this Africa. It is this Nigeria carrying this Africa. Without the Nigeria, this Africa could have collapsed. It could have crashed. What the white man could have done to Africa, you don't know. My friend, listen. All you are doing, you are not building anybody. You are demonizing Nigeria. If Nigerians are bad, show me the good person in Africa and show me how you have helped those people. Show me how you have reached out to the good people right now. And all you are teaming up with these people. By the time they finish with Nigeria, you are the next victim. They will come for you because these people are already bloodthirsty. Without the blood, they cannot sleep. Without the evil, they cannot sleep. They must say evil about the people. Nigeria is a soft target. All you are going to attack Nigeria, you are of zero use to this Africa. When this man was in shackles, this man was calling on Africa, African brothers. They were going around Africa looking for help. As soon as this man became free, what did he do? He is going now to BRICS. And he said, BRICS is the hope. You forget African Union. Gaddafi was busy fighting for African Union. These people stayed behind mocking and laughing at Gaddafi. But now they are going to BRICS. What will the BRICS do for you? You leave Africa, you are going to Asia. You want to build Asia? These people are only looking for numbers. You are running and looking for Russia. Russia was a good partner to the apartheid regime. Not until the British came that Russia pulled away because they were enemies. And you are going to, you think Russia like you? They were business partners. They were cool with you being slaves. Who came for you? It is the Nigerians who came for you. And now look at what you are doing. You are demonizing Nigeria. Who are you going for? The same people who will put you in chains. Let me tell you one thing. These people don't need you for anything. Where are all of the black people in Asia? Where are they? They only need you for numbers. They only need you to attack a bigger enemy. As soon as they kill that enemy, it is you are the next enemy, my friend. Open your eyes. You think they like you. They don't need you for anything. You leave your African brothers. You are going somewhere. The only people who can come for you, really help, is the African Union, is your African brothers. But then you are betraying the African brothers. You are betraying the man who orchestrated for African unity. You are betraying the man who has been sponsoring African unity and helping all Africans.